Well, today's adventure, we were headed south and probably to one of the best known hills in Scotland. And I've never been up it. It's probably best known to those in the West Coast. Well, when I say West Coast, maybe Central Belt, West Coast, Glasgow area and Lanarkshire. And it's probably a hill that many people, when they were kids or at school, have been taken up. And it's a perfect hill if you're trying to get into hill walking, to be honest with you, because there's a lovely path all the way from the car park up to the summit. And it's not too taxing, although I wouldn't underestimate it. It's still quite steep, especially when you're fighting against a gale force wind like I was today. And you might notice on this video that we've got a couple of new members to the Steaming Boots team. And one of those members we were actually picking up today, and we're picking her up from further south in the hill where we're going up today, and we headed really far south, really far south in Scotland for us to pick up this new member of the Steaming Boots team. And then we decided to go up this hill on the way back home as a nice introduction to hill walking for our new member and a new family member as well. So hopefully you enjoy this film. It's just a short day out. It was rather gusty and windy on top, as you'll see, but what a fantastic wee hill this is, and it was nice to see so many people out in the hill. So yeah, here's my trip from a very well known Scottish hill. Hope you enjoy it. First things first, and we head to head down the main roads on the motorway south to pick up our new member of the Steaming Boots team. And it took us through some lovely countryside that I hadn't been through before. I think it's the Lothian Hills down towards Dumfrieshire. And we went down and picked up the Pooch and then headed north towards Tinto Hill and a very busy car park. Well, here we are, we're in a busy car park today, and it's a well-known hill we're going up today, and it's further south than I usually go, and it's a bit mild. It's February, and it's a bit breezy. We're going to have a lovely walk up this hill. It's called Tinto Hill. Let's go. Well, it's a wee bit breezy. I've got some company with me today, my lovely wife. But you may have already noticed that we've got a wee companion, and it's our new dog. And this is our first walk with our new dog, so we're not sure if we're going to go right to the top of Tinto, but she's doing pretty well so far. Yeah, seems quite keen. Not moaning. That's it goes for both of them. Anyway, it's a bit breezy. It's as I said, it's February, and it's just been so mild. The snow, I was up about 2 weeks ago wading through snow in Glencoe, and that's all gone. And down here it certainly feels like spring, that's for sure, which is quite nice. It's quite good for the dog's first walk and what have you. And if I spin around, you can see where we're going. We're going up here, big path going right up this first top, and it drops down and up to the top of Tinto. And it's busy, as you'd expect on a Saturday morning in mild weather. So I'm not complaining. It's just nice to get out. And it's nice to get acquainted with the dog. What fun. It's a pretty good path, and for it being one of the most popular hills in Scotland, you'd expect it to have a well-defined path, and it certainly did that. And as we went up, the winds really did start to pick up, and it was getting really blowy. A bit too blowy for my wife and the new dog. Well, you may have noticed I've lost my companions. So my wife and the new doggy's headed back down to the car. It's a bit windy, and neither of them, as far as we know, are hill walkers. So I've been left to myself, so I'm heading up here. There's a wee minor top called Tinto Hill, and I'll be heading over that soon. then it's just a short pull up to Tinto, so I think it's going to be breezy up top though. At least it's not raining or snowing. Right, let's go. So I cracked on by myself and up I went, and I was really fighting against the gale force wind, which was right in my face for most of the way up. And I was headed for Hills first and then onto the Tinto, and before long I could see them both in my line of sight, and I would be on top of them soon. I don't know if you can hear that wind, but it's a bit breezy. And I'm on the subsidiary top, Hill. I think it's Tortherin. And you can see where I've got to go now. Another 200-300 metres ascent up to Tinto. But the views even from here are very expansive, and I think that's what makes this hill so appealing and it's so popular, is the fact that it's just freestanding almost. It's an outlier of the southern uplands. And the views are brilliant. It's a bit hazy today, but it's panoramic views here. Well, when I say panorama, half a panorama because Tinto's blocking the other way, but I'm fully expecting when I get to the top of Tinto that you get 360 panoramas. I'm looking forward to it. But it's going to be windy up there, so I better get up here and battle against this wind. Whew. Up I went, and I was soon on the final slopes just below the summit of Tinto, and I was kind of sheltered here, but my god, when I reached the summit I was sitting with the full force of those winds coming in, and it was actually quite hard to stand up. So I didn't stand too long on the summit, and I dropped down trying to find a wee bit of shelter and have a bite to eat. I'm kind of glad I never brought the pup and my wife up. I think they would have been both blown away. It is blowing a hoolie up there. In fact, it's blowing a hoolie here. Hopefully you can hear this okay on my microphone. But yes, this is the summit, or that was the summit of Tinto Hill. And it is a great viewpoint. Although I've not really lifted my head up to have a look around yet because it's so windy. I'm just watching where I put my feet and I don't get blown off the hill. But I think the meaning of Tinto Hill is Hill of Fire. I think this is an old, it's a massive cairn here. I think it's an old Bronze Age, or it dates back to the Bronze Age anyway, and a good hill fort. Certainly give a good lookout point. And it used to be one of these hills where they'd light fires and beacons and what have you. So I think one of the meanings for Tinto Hill is Hill of Fire. I've also heard it being called the Red Hill. Surprised it's not called Ben Gerard. It's a lot of red rock. You can really see it when you're driving round from Abington. The pinky redness, and I can imagine as the sun's coming up or going down that it would light the hill up red. So yeah, lovely place. But this has probably been a bit shorter than usual because one, it's a shorter walk, but it's a great walk to bring up. Loads of kids and families coming up and people walking their dogs. A great place to start hill walking if you're looking to get into it. Certainly not too bad, but it's still, don't underestimate it. It's still quite a pull up here, especially on a day like today when you're battling against a gale force wind. So I'm going to head over, won't take some pictures. Well, I don't know if I will take any pictures, but I'll have a look at the views now before heading back down, because I need to get back down to the wife and the pup to get them home and introduce them to the family. Not my wife, that is, but the pup. Whew, fantastic. Let's go and have a look at the views. Ah. What a great viewpoint this is, you can see for miles. And even though it was a bit hazy today, it was still lovely. It was really windy, as you can tell, but there was a wee bit of blue sky and a bit of warmth in that sun. Unusual for the middle of winter, to be honest with you, but I wasn't complaining, it was lovely. But I took the views in and it was soon time to head back down. I had to get back down to the car and then drive back home with the new family member, introduce her to the family. So down I went, and I was soon approaching the car park, back to my good wife and our new puppy.